This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
Hello there, Santino. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Jenny? Thanks for having me.
Of course. Where the hell have you been, my friend?
Well, it's been really, really busy out there. I've been co-hosting, hosting. So much is happening, and lots of distractions. I think everything's still under control. People are really concerned, but you know how it is, right?
Yeah, I just did a show with over on my Rumble page with 107. And yes, everybody, it's a lot of distractions. Look over there when we should be looking over here. And I think what people are forgetting is the enemy, they're going to blame it on Israel and Iran, but the enemy is from within everybody. It's here within. So we got to be looking within our country. So I just tell my audience, everybody's head on a swivel, stay focused on God. We've got this. Juan did say we're going to be good. But we have to feel the pain. We have not felt the pain on the soil, and there's still so many people out there that are thinking life is going on as normal when it's really not. So yeah, everybody, head on a swivel, no fear, because we're gonna be okay. I think everybody should be excited though too. I think there's so many people out there. He was even calling out the people that are, blaming it on the Jews and calling people anti-Semitic and all these podcasters, influencers, and they're exposing themselves. And yeah, I just think everybody should hang on to the big wins, little wins, no matter what they are. Hang on to those because we really are winning, everybody. It's like Trump says, you're gonna get tired of winning, winning, winning. Go ahead, Santino.
No, yeah, you're absolutely correct. I think that people have to really look deeper, 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 deeper. This is about the cabal here, right? They're cornering them right in. This is a central part of it, and they're all zooming in there. They're gonna dismantle it at the seams, and we have to go through this pain. I mean, it's not gonna be one of those things that we're gonna watch it on TV. Those days are gone. We're gonna feel a bit of the pain, but we have to remember this goes deeper, and these people are cornered over there, but we have the infiltration also is here. So it's everywhere. So I think we're coming close to the end of this like IE movie, and we're getting to the end. And I think that we're very close. We're very close. Trump knows what he's doing. Okay, I mean, to start throwing daggers at people before you even know the facts, don't do that because you're gonna look really silly because people said, "I heard you say this. I heard you say that." Stay level-headed, okay, and keep your thoughts, and do not turn your back on President Trump. That's just my thing. I'm not doing it. I may be in different spaces all around, but you know what? I'm just keeping back and letting people talk and let them exchange. But I got my own thoughts. I got my own mind. I know where they're taking down the cabal right now. That's what they're doing, and they're zeroing on them. They're cornering them right there.
And everybody there, the cabal is in every country, so it's not the deep. They all have their own deep states. It's not just here within the states, so it's everywhere. So with that, everybody, I'd like to welcome Miss Silk to the stage. How are you, my friend? And Santino, you go ahead and do your spiel. You do that so well after Silk says hello.
Hello.
What's up, girly? Here is our comedy hour. Let's go.
Yeah, we sounded like twins there. How are you all doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. I cannot complain whatsoever. I'm
Yeah.
glad to be here. I'm just grateful to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you, Silk. You're always a breath of fresh air. We're going through a lot of stuff, and all that doom and gloom out there. There's just we got to hang on to the positive, right? That's what I tell my audience all the time. So you are a breath of fresh air, and I have officially called you the Silk Comedy Hour over here with the Revival of America.
Bless your heart. Thank you so much.
Well, we love you, girly. So Santino, why don't you go ahead and do your little spiel that you do, and then Silk, let's chat. What do you want to? We'll talk about that. Go ahead, Santino.
I want to thank everybody for coming this evening or this afternoon, wherever part of the world you're in. Could everybody please, please, please go down to the purple pill? That is at the bottom right of your phone. We do have a part where you could put your quotes or your posts or your thoughts. You can put them in there in the pill. Do not post them in the nest. But please go down to the purple pill. Go inside there. Please like the space. Please like and share it. And in fact, could you please quote and share the space? Get this information out there. Get some more people in here for everybody to listen. And it's always a pleasure listening to you, Silk. You're so level-headed and you bring such goodness to people's platform and their lives. I'm telling you that right now. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Jenny.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
Go
Incredible.
ahead, Silk.
No, I was just saying thank you so very much. I appreciate it.
Well, you're very much loved and in all communities. So, and you're doing a great job out there with considering everything that's going on. And Silk, we know there's a lot of good stuff going on right now, but we're also seeing a lot of the doom and the gloom and the infiltrators, and we're actually seeing a lot of these influencers, podcasters, whatever you want to call them, kind of exposing themselves. I want to get your take on all that.
Well, let me say it like this. Now, I love saying it like this, that I voted for President Donald J. Trump. I didn't vote for Elon Musk. I didn't vote for no Tucker Carlson. I didn't vote for no Alex Jones. I didn't vote for no Chuck Schumer. No, whoever else is out there talking. And I don't even know did Alex Jones say anything. I'm just looking at all of these podcasters that's out there. And I have heard some noise underground, but I didn't vote for them. I voted for him, President Donald J. Trump. And yes, I trust God, but I also trust that God allowed me to be able to trust President Donald J. Trump as the individual to protect America and to do right by America and Americans. So there's a lot of different things that's going on out there, and President Trump is the president. So let him do what he needs to do for our country. He knows more than those podcasters. He knows more than, I don't know if Joe Rogan said anything. I don't know. I don't know who said what. I just saw some beef between Tucker Carlson and you know how you see these names. I don't get involved. I don't get involved in. I don't get involved in those dog fights. I don't do that because they just barking at each other. At the end of the day, President Trump is the president. At the end of the day, and that's who I voted for. So we have Jenny. When I first started coming on, I told the audience and told you about these infiltrators, these people
Yep.
that love to infiltrate the circle, get what they can, and then they want to go out and just act like they the big time dog. And listen, what you gonna do about it? Just waste your breath and your time talking about it? President Trump is the one that's inside of those meetings, not these podcasters. President Trump is the one that's getting the intel, not these podcasters. So why are you listening to him? You listen to President Trump, follow President Trump lead, and we entrusted him with our votes that so that he would know and that the people would know that President Trump would make the best decision for America. Now listen, I don't want no war. I don't want to go to no war. I don't want to be in the middle of no war. I don't know what Lindsey Graham started, if he was involved, with Obama giving billions to Iran back in the day, and Hillary Clinton being involved with giving the uranium, and I hope I'm saying that word right. Hell, there's so many different ways people say it, but y'all know what I'm talking about, the different materials to help make the nuclear weapon. And it goes way, way back. And right now, we get to see what was happening back then. This is what it has come to, where Iran, have some nuclear weapons. President Trump stated Iran can't have that. All right, that's part of the agreement. He said Iran can't have that. So, like I was saying, I don't want to go to no war. But if President Trump, whatever President Trump feel is best, and he feels whatever that needs to happen for the safety of America and Americans, then so be it. I am behind him 100+%. His most loyal supporters. And what people don't know is how to be loyal. They don't know how to be loyal, prayerful, and just trust the process. Stop pulling all of this stuff out your ass like, oh my God, he's gonna do this, and if he do this, then that's gonna happen, and if that happened, then oh, what guess what, ain't nothing happened. Let President Trump do what he needs to do. He's very, very smart, and President Trump is very strategic by the way he does a whole lot of different things. This is from personal experience. He's very strategic. He's not going to just go out there. They try to, make him feel like, depict him like he's this wild man and he just don't have no sense. No, we had that 4 years earlier with Joe Biden, and he didn't even have no sense. All right. We have somebody, President Trump is competent. He knows what's going on, and he knows what needs to happen. Sit back, trust the process, trust God, trust the process, and let it happen. A lot of times, whenever it's time to uproot the fraud, you have to disturb the status quo. You got to take and shake up the foundation. All right. A lot of people don't like shaking up the foundation or going against the status quo because it may make them feel a little queasy and uneasy. But sometimes you have to feel that way in order to get to the next stage of life, the next stage of whatever we're trying to do here. And we need to get rid of the deep state elitists that cease to destroy us as American citizens and as America. And if this is the way it have to be done, I know President Trump, he dropped the mother of all bombs during his first term. So I guess he's going to have to drop the father of all bombs. He's just going to have to do what needs to be done. And if that means a war, then we got to do what we got to do. What, we're going to sit back and get our ass kicked? What we going to do? Say, no, Trump, don't do it. And we just sit back here and get blowed up? No. President Trump is strategic, and he knows what he's doing. And what we as supporters for America, MAGA supporters, whatever you want to name it or call it or label it, what we got to do is trust the process and know that in the end, God's going to win this. God's got this, and God got Trump as well. That's how I see it.
Amen. I'm right there with you, Silk. I did a pod. I've been doing, obviously, I do podcasts, right? And I did one with 107 here a little bit ago, and a couple others this week. And they're saying the same thing. People need to sit back, just take a breath, let the process play out, because there's nothing that can stop what's coming. It has to come, but people just need to, I always say to my audience, be patient. Many people hate that word, but patience really is a virtue. And because this swamp is so deep and wide and entangled,
Yeah.
it takes a while to unwind it, right? And we're at war. So yeah, we're gonna have, kinks and crosses that come through, but then now you got to reevaluate, right? So it slows the process down. But I think patience is the biggest thing. Let the process play out because we can't stop what's coming. It's coming whether we like it or not. You just need to be smart, pay attention, head on a swivel, focus on God. We are
Yeah.
going to be okay. No fear, everybody. Stay out of that fear, man. There's a lot of fear mongering
That's,
going on, and it kind
that's
of
what happened.
pisses me off because I'm
Yeah.
excited. Like, let's go.
Yeah, but see, the fear mongering comes from those podcasters that want to say Trump need to do this, Trump need to
Yep.
do that. While
Yep.
we're sitting here praying for everything to go the way it needs to go, we need to also educate ourselves so that you can understand what got us here. Who got us here? Democrats, where their hands was involved at, our tax dollars being sent over there on the airplanes in cash, the weaponry that was sent over there, and how our own government basically turned its back on America and sent money over there to Iran. Just it goes so deep with what has gone on. Okay, and like I say, don't get into a lot of this different stuff, but I trust that President Trump got this and God got President Trump, and we're gonna be all right. So
Amen,
yeah,
sister.
that's how I see it. That's just how I see it.
Amen. And this is
Mhm.
why I hang out with people like Silk because you know what? She's like-minded like me, and we like to put out that positivity. So yes, let's go. All right,
Mhm.
Rosie, I think you had your hand up earlier. Did you want to ask Silk something?
Oh my. Okay, I'm off my microphone, guys.
Hey, Rosie.
And I'm so happy to come into this space. Guys, we're in a war zone. I feel like I've had a helmet on. Every time I go into a space, I'm like, abort mission, abort, get out, get out.
Aw, it's brutal out there.
It is brutal. Like, we're getting left and right. It's getting flown at us in Santino. I love what you said because people don't understand that Santino might be co-hosting, but don't think he doesn't have his opinions. He's just a really good co-host, and he knows how to let other people speak, and that's what makes him not only a wonderful friend but a great co-host. Silk, and I'm right there with you. I really, when
Yeah.
we voted for President Trump, and we have this vision for America, and I think we have a bigger picture that others may not, and that's okay. I didn't vote for him under one or two conditions. When we're putting someone in the highest executive office in our land, we're also we know he's the most powerful man in the free world. We don't do that lightly. But with that comes, I trust you. I entrust this
Right.
to you, and I believe the legacy of President Trump. I looked at that flag go up this morning and how big it was. And, it was getting ridiculed all over the place. And I'm like, y'all, like, I'm not even listening to you. I saw how beautiful it was, and it was waving in front of our White House, and it just was so beautiful. The love that President Trump has for our military, what he has for America, that love, that has been shown through and through in all of his days. He has never shown anything but love for our country and for
That's
our
right.
military, right? So when we
Love for humanity. Yeah.
yes, and seeing that the Army parade last Saturday, it healed my heart so much. And I feel it was so important for the patriotism of America. And I saw the young
Amen.
people there and the families. What president had done that before to really show the history of America? I had never known some stuff. Silk, did you know everything that they taught us?
No, I didn't. I didn't know. Oh Lord, no. But I do know that my father used to be a paratrooper there in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And when they changed it to this liberty stuff, I'm like, we can have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, but Fort Bragg need to remain Fort Bragg, and that's where my father was, and he's now a veteran. So I don't want my grandchildren be learning about their great grandfather at Fort Bragg, and when they go to investigate, there's no Fort Bragg there. So I love when they mentioned Fort Bragg and President Trump stood up and honored them. I was like, wow, that just did my heart a world of good. See, you have a whole group of people that want nothing but chaos for us. So because when we're stuck in the middle of chaos, it's easy for them to steal our wealth. When we're fighting against each other based off of the color of our skin, it's easy for them to steal our green dollar. All right. And so what President Trump is showing is unity. He's showing history. He's honoring history. And instead of, the Democrats, they want to remove the statues. They want to remove the pictures. They want to remove the history, the wording, change the meaning, the definition of the wording, change the rules, change the law, forget the Constitution. That's what they want to do. President Trump wants to honor the law. He wants to honor the Constitution. He wants to honor our history, because from that point is how we learn. Because if you don't know your history, it is doomed to repeat itself. He do not want us going down and traveling down the same road over and over and over and over. Know where you're done being, so you don't have to keep going back down that same road. Because that's insanity is what it really truly is. And Rosie, I didn't mean to take over the conversation. You got another question for me, baby?
You just picked up where I left off, and I'm just so thankful to have this topic and this discussion. And thank you, Jenny and Santino, that we could actually have it and not get it sideverted. So it was beautiful, and we're celebrating our country, and I can't tell you,
Amen.
right? Like, this is a
Rosie,
moment of
listen,
pride.
how in the entire hell are people sitting here complaining about how big this flag is, this United States of America, this flag that represent us is, when you have all these illegal aliens in the streets flying their foreign flags, and the Democrats ain't said a damn thing about it. They ain't said nothing about it, huh? But then they want to trip over American flag. It needs to be bigger. I need to call Trump right now and tell him, baby, make it bigger. Make it even bigger. You know what I'm saying? But this is a representation of America and of President Trump. He likes stuff to be huge. All right. So the people that have a problem with it, they can go to those foreign countries where they were flying a flag. They can go over yonder and suffer. No, we want to be the best of the best. And I believe we have the best president ever in my lifetime, honey. And let him do his thing. So sometimes we just have to ignore some people, but this flag is beautiful.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, Silk. All right, everybody here, if you want to ask Silk a question, please feel free to raise your hand. I will bring you up on stage and unmute your mic. So Truth wins. Go ahead. You're next.
Hey, thank you. Hey, Santino. Long time no see. Silk, I am a huge fan. My wife and I watched y'all for years, and we just adore you. You brought such joy in our hearts and made us laugh so much through some real hard times. And I just want to come up and acknowledge that. And the loss of Diamond definitely hit our family too.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it did for you, but I don't want to bring up anything sad. I just adore you and thank you for standing up for what's right. Our republic has been under attack. I serve my country, and
right.
I'm telling you, Trump really did make a difference for me as a veteran in some of the getting my 100% disability and all that kind of stuff. It didn't happen until he took office, and he really has done a heck of a lot to help us as veterans. So I'm glad that he's back. But I saw that Santino had you in his space. I was like, man. And sorry, Jenny, I don't know you too well, but I'll get to know you. But just want to come up here and say hello to you, darling. You're a fantastic person, and I'm just thrilled to be here.
Thank you so much. I truly do appreciate it. And, that's the reason why I continue to honor my sister, Diamond. Gone too soon, but guess what? She took one for the team. She was on the front lines fighting for freedom. But she wanted freedom for all. And what touched her heart, really touched her heart, is the elderly that could not defend themselves. And how Cuomo up there in New York basically murdered all of those elderly individuals by allowing COVID individuals in the same nursing homes with these people. And so her deal was, she what are these people going to do? People, the veterans, how are the veterans homeless and illegal aliens? They get to stay in 5-star hotels. What's up with this? She wanted the best for America and Americans. And that's why I continue on the fight today. And that's the reason why I honor her in everything that I do. I know that we're doing a movie called Pardon Me themovie.com, pardon me, themovie.com, and she's one of the executive directors of the movie. So I make sure that she's right there. Diamond and Silk is always right there together, and I will continue to keep her legacy, which is also my legacy, alive and kicking. And I thank a lot of, I really truly thank a lot of you all that give me compliments, that compliment me on keeping her legacy alive. And it's like she's just right here with us all, right? And there's nothing to be said about, because like I said, God needed her more for such a time as this. And if it wasn't nothing but for my voice to be heard, at this time while she's there, because you know, once your job is done here, that's a wrap. You're gone. All right. Her job here was done. She cussed everybody out. She did everything she needed to do. We helped get for President Trump elected. She said it the way it needed to be said. She delivered the message the way it needed to be delivered. All right. So God needed her more, and she's resting there with my mother. And all I can do is continue to honor her, my mother, and know that with the spirit that we all have and share together, you know, just continue to press forward. And sometimes I find myself asking myself, what would Diamond say? And I can just hear her just say it. And I'm like, okay, that's how I'm going to say it, Diamond. I may have to put a little extra salt on top of it, but that's the way I'm going to say it. And I just continue pressing forward, because if I stay stuck in pain, if I stay stuck in sadness, then guess what? You won't be able to hear my voice. So I'm here with everybody, and I'm going to do my best to just keep pressing forward. And if it make you laugh, then laugh. If it don't, just keep on laughing. That's all you can do. I mean, it just is what it is. So thank you so very much, darling. Can I just say one thing too? I don't mean to switch
Of
subjects or
course.
take away from nobody's time, but I just saw this. I gotta call her a bitch. And I'm sorry if I have any Christian folks on here.
Oh, you just keep going.
Go for it, girl.
Bring
I'm
it
so
home.
sorry, y'all. I tell y'all, I'm a cursing Christian. I love God, but I don't have a problem cussing at anybody's ass out. But this Kathy Hochul, okay, 50 million of taxpayers' money to illegal aliens for their legal services. All right. I've been asking the question, does the Constitution apply to illegal aliens? And from my understanding and what I do know, the answer to that is no. So if it does not apply to illegal aliens, what due process do they have? What rights do they have except the one right to remain silent, turn around and go back to their own country? All right. So now with Kathy Hochul, what she is doing, she's aiding and abetting illegal aliens. She's breaking our federal laws. Title 8, Code 1324 clearly states that it's illegal to aid and abet an alien. And with her giving away taxpayers' money to these illegal aliens, she's making taxpayers an accessory to the crime of breaking our immigration laws. And so I'm sorry, I just had to interject right there. This is a bitch. This is what bitches look like, y'all. Okay? Somebody that don't give a doggone about American citizens, our veterans out there that's homeless, that needs this doggone money. Now they charging people to drive on the highways up there, on the roads when they're going to work. You're getting charged all of this doggone toll. But then you taking American tax dollars and you giving away to illegal aliens for their legal services. What about American legal services? What about, I just don't understand how she's able to get away with this. And immediately the FBI and the DOJ need to file charges against her for aiding and abetting aliens. That's because that's what she's doing. She's aiding them in their legal services. They need to go back to their own country and seek legal representation there, not here in America, and definitely not using $50 million of American taxpayers' money to aid these illegal aliens. No,
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a man. I think she's a man or an android that's malfunctioned.
Oh, well, we can call it a bitch him. We can call it a bitch him. That's fine with me. If you think it's a man, you're right now to these days, you just don't know what it is, and they don't know what it is. But I do know is that she's breaking the law. She is actually breaking our federal laws. And it's time for these governors, these mayors that breaks our immigration laws. It's time for all of them to be locked up. You could start with that Bass lady down there.
Yes.
Yeah, you could start with her ass. Let me tell you something. I sat there and I listened to all of them doggone mayors down there in California. They came up on the TV, y'all, are gonna do a little press conference. I looked at them. I said, "Well, are they illegal aliens? Y'all need to do some research for a sister. Help me out. Is these people illegal aliens there that's representing California, the different mayors and different things? Because all of them looked Hispanic to me, and I'm like, are these illegal aliens?" Then we found out that there's the lady that's supposed to be a representative. I don't even have her name in front of me. That says she was an illegal alien, and she's supposed to be in, I believe, in the Congress. I believe. No, not in Congress, a representative. Oh God, oh honey, I got to go back through all my paper to see if I can find this lady.
There's so friggin' many. There's so many, Diamond.
Yeah, it's
sorry,
like
Silk.
It don't matter, baby. I'm Diamond and Silk right now. It's so many illegal aliens that's calling themselves, you all, representing us as American citizens, and you wonder why when it comes down to legislation, when it comes down to laws and rules and stuff, all of this stuff is geared up for foreigners, illegal aliens, and not for American citizens. That's because we've been sieged, we've been infiltrated by these illegal aliens. And look at Ilhan Omar. I mean, you know,
kick him out. I know it's not my turn, but kick him out.
Shut up. Yeah, but that's what's going on, y'all. Hold on, I think I'm almost here because I'm like I couldn't believe it. This lady stood up and said that she was an illegal alien, and I'm like, what the entire hell? And and you still here? And then they said that they're representing us.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
I cannot believe this. And now you want to use American tax dollars to give to these people. And you're doing it openly. At first, they was hiding it. They was sneaking it and saying, oh, no, this ain't happening. Oh, no, that ain't happening. But now they can't hide it any longer. But now you just openly stand there in front of the cameras as $50 million in lawyer fees to immigrants. Hell, I'm 50. How old am I? Baby, how old am I? 54.
Don't tell them the age.
Oh, I don't have a problem with my age. I don't have a problem with my age because I know I look good to be 54, baby. But, yeah.
I love it.
My 54 years, I don't recall $50 million being just given away for American citizens and lawyer fees. We go through a whole lot here in America. And as American citizens, all the red tape that they put in our doggone face to try to stop and block us from having access to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They put that mess here in the face of American citizens. But for illegal aliens, the people that came over here and did it the wrong way, invaded our country, you want to take and give away our tax dollars. And the reason why I'm really bitching about the tax dollars is because I'm a tax-paying citizen.
Amen, sister. Amen.
Can everybody please keep your mics muted when the speakers are speaking? It is recorded live, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Santino. All right, so Lydia, I had to mute your mic because you kept opening your mic. So if you have a question for Silk, please come back up. I will reopen your mic. Nicole, do you have a question for Silk? Go ahead. Go ahead, Nicole. You requested a mic. Your mic is unmuted.
Y'all talk to me. Don't be scared on me. I ain't gonna cuss you out.
She don't bite.
All right, Truth wins. Go ahead. Your hand is up.
Yeah, just to follow up, Silk, I myself was a homeless vet for a few years, and you know, it's definitely tough when you're out there and you're dealing with the issues that you deal with. And you know, again, your advocacy for that is heard, and I'm grateful. The only organization, because nobody helps you, I'm just telling you, they don't. The only organization that actually had help for me was the Salvation Army, of all things. They actually gave me some cash right there on the spot and gave me a hotel and all that kind of stuff. So the system is definitely broken. Ultimately, our country is fighting against Marxism. That's the bottom line. You can call it
Yeah.
communism, socialism, whatever you want. But some of my pet peeves is when people refer to our country as a democracy, which it's not. It's a constitutional republic. Just
Public.
little things like that. And I've met Donald Trump. I know you have too. And I would love you to elaborate on how genuine of a person he is. Because when I talked to him, he was asking about how my kids are and all that kind of stuff. He's just
Mhm.
a solid individual. And I think he could shed light where people
Most
believe him.
definitely. He's real. He's just like family. When President Trump talked to you, he shuts everybody out. Well, at least he did it for me and my sister. He shut everybody out. Paid attention, listen. If it was an issue, how can we fix it? He's a problem solver. How what do we need to do? If he can help, he's going to help. And if he can't at that time, he's gonna figure it out. That's the individual he is. When my sister passed away, and whenever he called, after everybody went through everything, and then he called me, and when we were sitting there talking and crying together, he said that he's going to take care of everything. What do you think Diamond would want? And I said all of that to say this: that President Trump took care of everything. He said, "Look, whatever you think Diamond would want. How many vehicles you need? Where do you want it at?" And then he said, "I'm coming too. I'm coming too." He did that from the bottom of his heart. He did not want any strain on me. And then what happened is he had his team to call me. Silk, what do you need? We want you to go and rest. We're going to handle this. He sent his team here to North Carolina to take care of everything, you all. The planning, everything, when it came down to Diamond, a celebration of life. And not only that, even before her passing, and now after her passing, he's still a dear friend, checking up on me, making sure I'm okay. Do I need anything? And that's the type of individual that he is, you all. So when I really truly hate when the Democrats or the naysayers try to put this one man down. This they love to try to put just President Trump down, but I know him personally. He calls me friend. I call him friend. And I'm telling you all, you all, I am blessed. I am blessed. And sometimes I'm walking through my house and I can't believe that I am me. I can't believe that like God, you really gave me this opportunity. It's like me, it's me. And I get to experience this. There's so many people that won't even get to experience half of what my sister Diamond have experienced over her young life. Okay. And I'm like, but you allowed us, God. I'm often talking to God throughout the house. You allowed me this opportunity to be able to have connection with the most powerful man in the whole wide world. Lord, I truly thank you. I'm going to honor you for that. And President Trump, you all, let me tell y'all, he is he is the best. He's for people, y'all. He's these Hollywood woke type uh uh demonic individuals. He ain't interested in that. He's interested in the average man and woman. Okay. And another thing, I know he's a billionaire, but he don't act like no billionaire. He don't act like that. He had just like, I mean, it's like, oh my God. I could tell y'all some stories, but I'm just going to leave it at this right here because I don't want nobody to misconstrue any of my words. And then they be saying, oh, Silk said this, Silk said that. I'm going to tell y'all, President Trump is real. He is just straight up real. And I'm going to leave it at that. But
I love I
love
love that, Silk. I love that you can share that with people because you do. You have that relationship with Trump and you've been like close like that. So that is what people need to know, the real side of Trump, because there's many people out there that try to say it, but if it's anywhere on the internet, obviously it's been scrubbed. So I love the fact that you share that. So I would love for you actually to come on here, maybe do just a show on that about your experiences, not just this one and many others, I'm sure that you have had. So because you guys have become friends, you have been with Trump for quite some time, and you're still there. So I would
10 years.
love that. That'd be a great show.
This is 10 years. This 2025. This is 10 years. This is the month of June. This is when Diamond first started with the first video. Dump the rest of those chumps and stump for Donald Trump. That was her first video about President Trump when he came down the escalators. And so it's been 10 years. And you all, by the way, you can go to diamondandsilkstore.com, get the Diamond and Silk bobblehead memorabilia so that you can be part of history. And I'm giving it away to you for $10 because this is the 10-year anniversary. And we have not, my sister and I, we never turned on President Donald J. Trump. I look at some of these people that do have, they're in position and very close to President Trump, and they turn on him. And that just disturbs me. But my sister and I have never turned on President Donald J. Trump. We trust that everything will work out. And we paid attention to what he said, not to what the media said. And that's what a lot of people need to do. But yeah, it's been 10 years. December the 4th of 2015 is when my sister and I first actually met President Donald J. Trump backstage in North Carolina. So I remember that.
I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Those are really intimate moments. I appreciate that, Silk. Everybody here, Silk gives us about 45, 50 minutes of her time, everybody. She does do her little chitty chat line over there on Lindale TV at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please, if you guys want to talk to Silk, have a question for her, raise your hand, or excuse me, request a mic. I keep thinking I'm in Telegram. Request a mic. I will unmute your mic and you can feel free to ask Silk your questions. But Santino, I would like to, do you have any questions for Silk? Because I know you love Silk and everything. Do you have any questions for Silk?
I do actually. You know what? I want to talk about your relationship with Trump. What are your plans from now? Like, I know what you're doing now. I know that you're doing this movie and what have you. But where are you going to go from now? What are your future endeavors? I always say never look so far, but you must have a plan. What is your next step in your career, your life, your thoughts with Trump? Do you want to go further in administration? You might even want to start working for the administration or become a governor, right? I want to know your plans of that if you want to, you know what I mean?
Let me say it like this, and I can hear Diamond's voice because she always said it like this. If you ever want to make God laugh, tell him your plans, because I had no plans for this. I had absolutely no plans for this. So I said that to say this. I'm going to go with the flow and walk through the fear of the unknown. Wherever God want me to be, I will be. Now we don't went here to this movie. I'm interested in that. I'm like, okay, all right. I like the movie side. I'm learning it and learning different things. So, hey,
I wish I was your personal.
Say that again, darling.
I wish I was your personal for hair and makeup. I'd love to do your hair and makeup. I wish I was your personal for that.
Oh, bless your heart, baby. But by trade, I am a licensed cosmetologist. So it's good. It's easy for me to just get there, put that wig on the little dummy, and I go right head on and do what I need to do, and then I put it on my head. But if I ever need anybody, because it's just like when my sister and I, we realized we had to have security. And once we had security, security had to tell us we got to let them secure us, because my sister and I was so independent, we would go there and get you straight ourselves. So when that time comes, baby, and I have to cut back and they say, Silk, you can't do it no more, you're gonna have to let somebody else do it, I'll be sure to call you.
Well, I listen, I'm no stranger to, I do all types of hair. And the thing is, I worked on A Day Late, $1 Short. I've worked on a lot of things, on Vogue Christmas, the Christmas movie. And, I love a challenge, right? And the person who mentored me was Yasmin. And Yasmin, oh my God, she'd sit there and she'd be pulling at me, saying, no, do it this way, grab it, give me those hot sticks. It was really funny. But you know what? I learned so much. I appreciate all textures of hair. And that's why I like throwing myself out there. And that's what drives me in my career. So I just wanted to ask you that. Thank you so much, love.
Thank you so much. Let me just say this right here. I don't see nobody else's hand up, and good, I got enough time to say this. Did you all hear about the NAACP not inviting President Trump to their convention? Did you hear about that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. And that thing threw me for a loop, but I want people to understand the NAACP is just like another NGO. Okay, it's like a non-governmental officials. But here is my deal: when they come back and they say that they stand for, I'm trying to get to what their abbreviation stands for to make sure I got this right, because I just like it, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. That's what it stands for, y'all. And so I'm like, okay, colored people. Is it for Black people or is it for beige illegal aliens? Okay, because they want to make it look like this is for Black people and for the advancement of Black people. But I hadn't seen them do anything for Black people, but use Black people. And then to talk about not inviting President Trump, the very individual, when you talk about for the advancement of color people, I think it really should be for the advancement of all people. But anywho, this is what they have, y'all, and they've been doing this for a long time. But President Trump could have helped advance them. Do you see what I'm saying? To be able to advance others. But when you make it about politics and you're supposed to be nonpartisan, okay, what's the real beef? What's the real fraud behind the fraud? And in my own humble opinion, these people are ticked off with President Trump because their money done got cut. They can't launder that money the way that they've been doing it for a very, very long time. And this is in my opinion. And so now they don't want to have anything to do with President Donald J. Trump. But the NAACP, it's time for that to be shut down. Because it ain't, the only thing is advancing is their bank account. It's the NAACP's bank account. And that's how I see it. So I just thought I'd drop that little bit up in there.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think people realize the stuff that's going on out there, and people just need to take a deeper dive into a lot of stuff and know why things are going on the way they are going on and why they have to happen the way they're happening. But I do believe, that's probably more the exposure part on their end, and at some point, I believe that they will be dismantled as well.
Yes, yeah. Just like Stacey Abrams and a lot more other, hopefully Act Blue, all of those different NGOs and different things is nothing but, as far as I'm concerned, money laundering scams, and they do it so easily. And I was looking at something with this. What's this? Brandon Johnson? Is he the mayor? I believe there in Chicago. And he want them to think that want the people there in the community to believe that he's about to give all of this money out for reparations. And what people fail to realize, it's just to study. It's just to study slavery, to study reparations. No money goes to the individual except the ones that's studying it. Now, for these, here it is right here. He did an executive order on June the 17th about a reparations task force. That's what he was getting together, a reparations task force. And then he just did a partnership in April, you all, with the Office of Equity and some more people. Is what he just did. And to keep in mind that the NAACP is supposed to be tax exempt and they're supposed to be nonpartisan. That means not political. Okay. All right. And with him doing that, a lot of people thinking, walk around here, we're gonna get reparation. We're gonna get reparation. And I want people to know the NAACP don't give a damn about you. The Black Caucus, the National Black Caucus or whatever they is up there in DC don't give a damn about you. The Democrat Party don't give a damn about you. And to my Black people, get off the Democrat plantation, because they really just don't give a doggone about you. They want to use you as a project, turn you into a project, give you all these projects, and want you to live in a project where there's 4 walls to keep you confined, keep your mind and your behind confined. That's all they want. And then they'll put a basketball goal in the middle of that project for you to stay there and bounce a ball and try to shoot it in a hole. That's it. That's all they want you to have, and that's all they want to offer you, where there is millions upon millions upon millions of dollars that comes into these different communities, and that money never reaches the community. It's a doggone shame with what a lot of these NGOs is doing. And see, I'm not scared to talk about the Black NGOs or the white NGOs. I don't care what color NGOs it is. I will talk about every last one of them if you're not doing right by the people. Also, these NGOs that's out there talking about assisting illegal aliens, all of those NGOs needs to be shut down, because guess what? Just like Kathy Hochul, they are breaking the federal laws. So shut them all down, President Trump, whoever needs to do it, shut it all down. Then turn around and circle back to the I, the R, and the S. Shut that bitch down too, because all it is doing is just taking and stealing our wealth. It's stealing America's wealth. And as far as I'm concerned, it's a cartel. That's how I view the I, the R, and the S. Shut it down as well. Now, I don't gave my spiel.
And you're not, no, you're not wrong. You are absolutely 100% correct. Our biggest cartel, everybody, is our politicians. Our government is the biggest cartel. So they run everything. And, I do believe that the IRS, it may look like it's still moving on, but I do believe that IRS building down there in DC has been shut down for quite some time, everybody. I think you guys are going to be very pleased to hear what's going to be happening with the IRS. So I agree with you. I agree with you, Silk. You are spot on, my friend.
The IRS is not even part of the government, right? It's like
Nope.
an NGO.
Yep, exactly.
It's a non-government organization.
And the taxes are voluntary, everybody. And there's a form in there that says they are voluntary. Your taxes are voluntary.
Sure, yeah. So that's why I get ticked off, because I done voluntarily gave all of this money to this cartel.
We all have.
They held us hostage, had us all up, jacked up in fear. I mean, and we done did this. Now we done had a great awakening and realized we done been robbed. I mean, we just been robbed.
Big time.
Yeah.
We've been raped, we've been pillaged, we've been drugged through the mud.
No, we've been raped.
Our hair's a mess.
No, Jenny, we've been raped with no lubrication. They just bust our tails right on open. No lubrication whatsoever. Just straight up raw.
Sounds painful, Silk.
She just chopped us off.
Listen, it's very, very painful when I realize all of the money that I've given away. It's very painful. I feel like I have been used and abused. Just straight up drywall. My husband is in here cracking up.
Like, at least give me a cigarette afterwards.
Yeah, but they don't lace that with so much poison. Just give me the cig without the rat. Hell, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's so true, everybody. And we laugh about it because at this point, what are we going to do? You're going to get mad about it. It is what it is. We're finding out the truth now. So we know they're voluntary. We know the IRS is an NGO. It's not part of the government. It's just another fear porn that they do so they can continue to pocket our money, because everything they do, wars included, these unnecessary wars that I've said for all my life, they're unnecessary. Yeah. They are just money makers. So we've got a great world that we're coming into, and what Trump is doing, and that parade on Saturday was one of the things that, we are blessed if you watched it, to have seen it. If you were there in person, even more blessed. But we will never see this again in our lifetime, and I don't think this has happened for probably quite some time. So that was huge, that parade on Saturday.
That's correct. It was very, very huge. Enjoy your life. Enjoy it right now. Take it all in. Stop being stressed out and living in fear. Enjoy your life right now. That's what you do. If it seems like it ain't going right, then oh well, move on to something else. If you got somebody and they don't want you, oh well, keep on living your life. Somebody else will come. Don't make a big deal out of all of this different stuff, because guess what? We're really truly living in a time right now where I'm seeing a lot of stuff finally open up and unfold for the will of the people. And that's why you have these Democrats, these deep state snake Republicans, GOP, Grand Old Party Republicans. You got the swamp dwellers, the rats that's clogging the pipe in the swamp. You have those individuals doing everything they can to kick against President Trump and the will of the American people. Why? Because they don't want their gravy train to run out, right? And President Trump, he's turning off the doggone spigot. He's turning off the broken water faucet to stop all of this waste, fraud, and abuse from just going out the doggone door. And he's stopping it so that money can start coming back into our country. He's getting these illegal aliens off of our medical systems, okay? So that what? Hey, money can come back into our system. It'd be structured there for American citizens, taxpaying American citizens, and not for people that don't belong in our country. So enjoy your life while you still have your life. Got it?
Got it. Amen, girly girl. All right, everybody, please feel free. Silk's probably got, well, I don't know, a couple more minutes. If you guys have a question for her, request a mic. I'll unmute your mic. Otherwise, we'll keep it on. Anybody else want to be raped and pillaged? Raise your hand and request a mic.
Hey, over here.
Oh boy.
I'm just looking at something else here. I was looking for that real quick, you all. Let me say this right here. What happened there in Minnesota? I don't even have that Congresswoman's name. Do y'all know the one that
I think it's
was
Melissa Harmon or something like that.
Yeah, her and her husband that was killed. And some things, I just want to say this here. This is coming from my heart and it's coming from my gut. Something ain't right.
Agreed.
With the way that the officer explains something just ain't right. And I'm listening to the media and how they want to make this look like MAGA, somebody that was a Trump supporter, went in and just murdered these people. And I'm like, okay, first off, if this lady who is a Democrat voted for a Republican policy, voted for it, meaning she voted against Democrats, all right? She's a Democrat and she took and voted for Republican. Why would another Republican want to go murder her? They just don't feel right.
Doesn't add up.
It don't add up. That's right. And then with all of the names of the politicians that they said, they got this list of names of politicians, and all of them are Democrats. Okay. Why would the murderer want to just go kill the one person that voted for Republican policy, but you have a list of other Democrats that done did some damnable things? It just don't make sense. Then a police officer said that they found the guy's the little skin mask that he had on and other little things. They found it in the backyard where the guy walked out the back door. How the hell do you see him going in the front door, but you don't have the place around it if you come out the back door? And then when do he find time to strip, to take off this stuff? Drop it in the backyard. I said,
and then this morning the house was burglarized, so things are fishy. And they're saying that the body type and everything doesn't match up with the guy that they're saying that did it. So you're right, Diamond. I'm sitting here saying, Silk. It's all it's all fishy.
Something is not adding up. Something smells very fishy, and it ain't tuna, honey. We know we know that something is seriously going on, and I think that their deal was to try to, because they tried to say that this guy was a long time Trump supporter, and I'm like, well, if he was a long time Trump supporter, why did this Tampon Timmy formally appoint this guy for something else? Okay,
Exactly.
and that don't add up. Just Democrat. So you're going to appoint a Republican for something else? It just don't add up to y'all. So, but continue to keep that family in your prayers, and the other set of individuals that also got shot. Please keep them in your prayers as well, and keep America in your prayers as well. It's a lot of evil people here in our country, and you keep President Donald J. Trump as well in your prayers. Now listen.
For sure. And I was going to say something real quickly. What was I going to say? Oh shoot. I forgot. But yeah, keep them all in your prayers, everybody. Just something isn't right about that whole shooting. And God dang,
I believe that lady knew. I believe that she was
she was terrified. She was terrified. And
yeah.
this is what I was going to say. This is a prime example, everybody. They're calling it a Republican that did it, a longtime Trump supporter. This is the divide. This is where they're going to try to flip the switch and say it's the MAGA movement. It's this, that, it's the other. Don't fall for it, everybody, because there's something wrong with this whole entire thing. Like Silk is saying, it doesn't add up.
Exactly. Something is seriously wrong here, y'all. It's just stuff just keep coming to my mind, but I got to get ready to go. I just want to ask everybody to please go to pardonmethemovie.com so that you can see the trailers. I know they're looking for this movie to come out in August. I will have a definite date soon. I think it's August the 15th, but I'm not for sure. But be looking on the lookout for that. This movie talks about Beverly B. Williams, her story. She's a pro-lifer, and how President Trump pardoned her. All right. It's an amazing movie. And don't have all of that woke stuff in it. You know, I am sick and tired of every time I go to look at a doggone movie, I see all of this woke, freaky stuff all up in there. And I'm like, that stuff don't turn me on. Just that stuff is the most nastiest crock of bull. And what I do is I just turn it off. And I'm like, I'm sick and tired of it. So I am grateful to be part of a movie where the family can sit there and watch the movie without all of this shenanigan stuff going on.
And get truth.
Yes. And this here it's based on a true story, you all. So you all get your coins together, and I'll be keeping everybody posted. Look, I love each and every one of you all. Don't forget diamondandsilkstore.com. Go get them bobblehead memorabilia, because once it's gone, it's gone. I'm doing a Mike Lindell now, Jenny. Once it's gone, it's gone. All right.
We love you. We love you, Silk.
I was gonna say, I can't.
We love you, Silk. Everybody, Silk is with us. She's with me every other Wednesday, so she'll be back in 2 weeks, everybody. So thank you, Silk. I love you, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
God bless.
All right, God bless. And everybody come back here tomorrow for Alpha Warrior, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Not tomorrow, excuse me, Friday. For Alpha Warrior, we will be doing a live space on Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you all for being here. Love you all. Go follow my Rumble page or the podcast host if you know where they're at. I didn't announce them earlier, but on Friday I will. So Santino, thank you. God bless you. And Santino, let me know where you land here in a little bit if you go to another space. God bless you all. Love you.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.